Hello everyone, Alvina here again, and I would just like to welcome you guys once again to this series as we continue to study with me and get a perspective of God with me. And I hope this propels you to want to get your own perspective. So we are still in the book of Daniel. Now this is Daniel 12. And while I was reading this word, a passage struck me and I was like, whoa, okay. So we all know that the book of Daniel was written before Christ came. It's when Christ finally came, there was always this part in the Bible, in the New Testament, where they always say as it was written, and they kept referring to prophecies and things that were already in the Bible, trying to indicate that Jesus was going to come. But because sometimes we just brush it aside, like, okay, we all know these prophecies exist, but you can count one or two prophecies that we've seen and all that. But I think as you study the word, you will begin to have a clearer picture of these prophecies and who it was given to and why it was given to them. And it's just so beautiful to see. So the title of this message is The Son of Man, who has eventually come, and he has died for us, and we know that we are saved because of him. So in the book of Daniel, it's still all about the dream. I'm in Daniel 12 now, and all about the dream he had and trying to understand why he had those dreams, and the prayers he had prayed, and trying to interpret those dreams and all that. So I'm just going to brush to Daniel 12:5. I'm not going to tell you everything because you need to read the book of Daniel for yourself. So I'm going to go to Daniel 12:5, and Daniel was talking about what he saw, in some sort of vision, dream kind of. So he said, "Then I, Daniel, looked, and there stood two others, one on this river bank and the other on that river bank." And then this is my favorite part that struck me. Verse 6 says, "And one said to the man clothed in linen, who was above the waters of the river, how long shall the fulfillment of these wonders be?" Right? One said to the man clothed in linen, who was above the waters of the river, how long shall the fulfillment of these wonders be? I believe they were asking, when will Christ come? But not just that, they were also talking to a man that was clothed in linen and was above the water. Obviously, no human being can be above a water. We all know that you can't stand on water. And for you to be above something, you are either standing on that thing or you are floating over it. And we all know that it's not possible for a human being to be floating over a water or standing over a water. So it was just so beautiful to see this in the scripture. So knowing fully well that it's not even today that Jesus always liked, playing on top of water. Will I say playing? Or, asserting his dominion over nature and asserting that, hey, my Father made you all and I can do what I want to do. I can stand on you, even though nature says it's not supposed to be like that. But because my Father made you, I can stand on water, I can run on water. And that's why when he walked on water, I don't think we were even supposed to be surprised at that point, because there was a vision of a man clothed in linen that was standing on water, and that was the Son of Man. And verse 7 says, "Then I heard the man clothed in linen who was above the waters of the river." Like, this was so significant. I believe that it was repeated twice. Like verse 7 and verse 6 is basically emphasizing that this man was above the rivers of the water of the river, where he held up his right hand and his left hand to heaven, and swore by him who lives forever that it shall be for a time and half a time, when the power of the holy people has been completely shattered, all these things shall be finished. Although I heard, I did not understand. Then I said, my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? So Daniel is just basically saying that these are like, scattered dreams, scattered visions, and he's just trying to piece them together for it to make sense to him. And he saw this man standing above the water, giving declarations, and he's just stunned, like, who are you? What are you saying? So it's just beautiful to see. But let's still go to Daniel 9. It now says, and he said, go your way, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. This is now the man that was wearing linen on top of the water, which I believe is the Son of Man, was telling Daniel, go your way, Daniel, for these words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. Now this is my favorite part. Verse 10 says, many shall be purified, made white and refined. Is that not salvation? But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Is not just talking about Christ coming to die for us and giving us salvation. It's so beautiful. I have goosebumps just reading it again, just seeing that while the devil was trying to shatter the world, God was planning for us that we would have salvation. And I don't know what it was like to live before Christ, or before we had Christ, but I believe that those who got closer to God, even though they hadn't seen Jesus, must have had a promise. And it's so beautiful to know that even though we weren't in the era of where Jesus was born, we are still holding on to the promise. And then it just makes me feel like if there is one thing we can always hold on to, is that whatever era you were, as long as you're close to God and as long as you develop that relationship with Him, He's going to give you some sort of assurance, something to hold on to. For Daniel, He was giving him dreams and visions that, hey, see, there's going to be salvation. Verse 10 says, many shall be purified, made white and refined, but the wicked will do wickedly. So basically, God was promising Daniel that I love my people, I have plans for my people. In as much as you might not be alive to see those plans come to pass, that does not mean that it doesn't exist. And I'm just reaching out to someone to make someone understand that just because, Jesus has not appeared to you physically and said, hey, I'm here, my name is Jesus, does not mean that He doesn't have plans for you. This was the dreams that Daniel saw before Christ came. So it just makes you to see that the love God has for us, it transcends time. Before and after Christ, He has always loved us. So just knowing that God has been paying attention to man and constantly giving man comfort, irrespective of what season it is just beautiful to see. So whatever season you are in, whether it's a fantastic season or a not so, or your waiting season or your season of questions and you need God to answer some questions, you need to hold on to a promise, the promise that God is on your side and He is going to work things out for you, and He's going to show you that He has been planning for you. Before Christ came, He was planning for us. After Christ has come, He is still planning for us because He has us at heart, and it's just so beautiful to know. And I hope if you're listening to this, I hope you're blessed by it, and I hope you can extend this to someone just to make them understand that, hey, God is planning for me, and it's beautiful to know. Thank you.